area, in our region. So we have an experience of more than 30 years in providing medical education to foreigners. So we had a long history of training for students from Middle East, from students from Western Europe, from Eastern Europe. So we have even students from USA. That means let's say that we can be considered trustful. Yes, this is my first message. So we have this experience. We are officially registered in all WHO lists. We have international accommodation, international accreditation. So Professor Chamortan will show you all these accreditations and credentials. So this is why Moldova. Why to come to Moldova? Because Moldova, first of all, we are let's say open and friendly with all people coming here, and so we have quite a safe environment here. So we do not have any hostile, let's say, activity from the locals, or we have at the same time we have this quality that you are looking for in education, because we have European standards already in place in training, in education. So we have, let's say, a competitive price, not only for studies, but also for living here, for accommodation, for food, let's say, for different services and so on. So the prices are much lower than in other countries. So all these are just make them coming in education in Moldova, make this let's say acceptable, and we have a lot of graduates that succeeded in their post-university studies. They became well-known specialists and so on. So really, you can count on us and come to Moldova, where your children so will have full attention, the same attention as for domestic children. So the same standards will be applied in their training. The same diploma will be obtained at the end. So also they will have possibility even to make some post-university, let's say, practical clinical round course. So together with other issues that my colleague will mention, so I just want to welcome you to our university, and to assure you that we'll are trying permanently our best, and not only trying, but really we can prove it that we have so results that are very good in medical education. So thank you, dear parents, dear students, dear candidates. Yes, and that's actually all that I was going to say. Thank you. Dr. Professor Chamortan will continue. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Mr. Dean. Now let me continue with my presentation.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Just a second. First of all, I want to welcome you to our friendly family, which is called the Medical University of Moldova. We're indeed very, very friendly family. And just a second. I just lost my presentation. Second. So can you see the presentation itself?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
Oh, very nice. So welcome to Nicolae Testimițanu State University of Medicine and Pharmacy of the Republic of Moldova. I will begin with a very short, brief history about our university. It was founded in 1945, so means we have already very good history and experience in teaching both local students, international students. Besides that, we have already very good reputation in the area, as Mr. Dean said already, because we are working with different types of doctors. We're working with different specialty, and we are focused on preparation, on teaching of students of different specialties. Sorry. Oh, now. Yeah. I guess now it's better. Okay, before I go on with information about the university itself, let's talk a little bit about our country. As Mr. Dean said already, our country is called Republic of Moldova. You can see here the yellow small piece of land. It's not very, very big. Its population is about 2 million people, so for Indian standards, it's just half of a city. But what is the most important? We are a very friendly country. So we have here all 4 seasons with mild winters when time to time is snowing. So very beautiful springs with a lot of flowers. Everything is greenish. So hot summers. And very beautiful autumns, because people are harvesting everything in the field, and everything is very beautiful, very nice. Those students who are studying here in Moldova, they know already about all that. The country is located between Romania and Ukraine. So now everyone knows about Ukraine because of the war there, but here in Moldova is safe. There are no any threats of risks to extend the war here in Moldova. Besides that, is safe because people of Moldova are friendly. We have people of different nationalities here. We have Romanians, Moldovans, Russians, Ukrainians, and the last couple of years, a lot of Indians as well. So there is no trace of racism, there is no trace of humiliation or something like that. So everyone is accepting everyone, and that is very important to understand. So the university itself is located in the city of Chisinau, which is the capital of our country. It's the biggest actually city in our country. And here in Chisinau, there are several universities. Actually, there are about 12 universities. So that's why we are calling also our city as a city of youth, of young people. And among these universities, one of the biggest and most important is the medical university. Now, before going on with the structure of our university, let's talk about our accreditation. So we have full rights to practice teaching medicine, to prepare medical specialists. So our university is included in the World Directory of Medical Schools of World Health Organization. This is one of criteria which is required to practice training of medical students. Also, we got accreditation according to the standards of the World Federation of Medical Education. We did it twice already. In 2019, it was institutional accreditation So it means whole university accreditation. And in 2022, it was a program accreditation. Medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, all our specialties were accredited. Why we need this accreditation? Because we have many students from United States of America or students who want to go there to work. And there is a condition, a criterion to be accepted for USMLE, so United States Medical Examination, only if the university has accreditation according to WFME standards. So we have that. So means we're eligible, so not we, but our graduates are eligible to practice worldwide. Besides that, we have local accreditation as well, and we are member of many medical associations in Europe and the world. Also, a very important issue is that the Faculty of Dentistry was accredited by California Dental Board. So means our graduates in the Faculty of Dentistry can go directly to residency in California, only in California, not all United States. And after that, practice there. Therefore, we have quite many students from California or from other part of the US or other countries who want to continue their activity in US. Now, here we see the certificates proving that the university has international accreditation according to the standards of World Federation of Medical Education. So the accreditation is given for 5 years. Now we are preparing for the next accreditation because the previous one, which you obtained in 2019, is going to expire this year. And according to regulations, we need to extend this accreditation. And we hope that will be no problems because university indeed is quite good. Now, regarding recognition of our diploma abroad. So as the auditorium here, mostly Indians, probably it's worth to talk about regulations of the National Medical Commission of India, so NMC. You know probably that in 2021 it was accepted a new regulation, and there were some demands, some requirements to those universities abroad who are preparing doctors for India. There are several criteria. First, duration of studies should be 5-6 years, so minimum 360 credits. So we have that. Our curriculum is 360 credits. The second, university should guarantee clinical internship, clinical rotation after graduation. So means after the 6th year, students need to have a clinical rotation for another 12 months. This clinical rotation is organized according to requirements of NMC. So duration for each course, duration of each specialty according to recommendations of NMC. So we are going to open this internship because it's not required for our local students, our local graduates, but we are opening this especially for students from India. And the last request is the graduates have rights to practice medicine in our country. So actually, according to European system of medical education, no one can directly work as a full doctor in European countries, but they have the right to work as a junior doctor. So this is equivalent to resident in our country. So means after graduation of this 6-year MBBS, so students can go to residency and get a specialization. For example, in cardiology, in traumatology, in surgery, in cardiosurgery, and so on. So all the students who graduate our university, regardless their origin, language of instruction, have exactly the same rights. So means international students, including Indians, they can continue residency in our country. So we meet all the regulations announced by National Medical Commission 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. Now, the university is a full medical university, means we provide all three levels of medical education. It's undergraduate training, where students are coming for MBBS, for example. It's a postgraduate training, it's residency for this specialization, and continuous medical education is for doctors. Actually, that is designed for local doctors, because everything is done in local language, in Romanian language, and our doctors are obliged every 5 years to go through this continuous medical education. So we have everything is required to ensure a modern medical education. So we have lecture halls, classrooms, labs, and so on. And very, very important, we ensure access of the students to the clinical facilities. So clinical exposure is high. So before going and meet real patients, students go through simulation center, where there are two types of activities. One is working with so-called standard patients, they're actors who simulate different conditions, and also working with high fidelity mannequins, which are like human bodies, but they're artificial. And there are thousands of scenarios there in this simulation center, and students in basically in the small years and as well in advanced years, in the beginning of each course, they go through simulation center. But our treasure is access to clinical beds. So actually, according to European system of medical training, we do not have our own clinical facilities. So university clinic. We have access to all clinics, to all hospitals which are located in Chișinău and in surrounding area. So totally, there are over 6,000 beds where students can access and work with the patients. Moreover, also very, very important, the students who are going to clinical subjects like therapy, surgery, oncology, and so on, they're going to hospitals, because all these departments are located not somewhere in campus, they're located directly in hospitals. That's why students who are coming for traumatology, for example, they are surrounded by doctors, they are surrounded by patients, and they can see everything directly, not as pictures or videos or something like that. Yeah, one more important issue, in first, second year, students have access to real bodies, so corpse for anatomy, and that is also very, very important. So we have different types of training. So we have this classical, like courses, seminars, practical lessons, and so on, and some modern, which are based on problem-based learning, or PBL, distance learning. Actually, medicine cannot be learned by distance learning, but we have some elements for sharing information, sending materials, and so on. And this distance learning helped us a lot during pandemics, because we were completely prepared to continue education of medical students. And as I said before, simulation center, which is the biggest in the area. Actually, I'm expert for international accreditation. I've been in many universities worldwide, in Europe, Asia, Caribbean, and so on. And actually, well, I'm proud to say that our simulation center is the best. And the students from other countries like Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine are coming here for some practical trainings as well. So our university position in Europe is 268 and ranking, and world ranking is 3,657. So that is a good rank for universities which are located in our area. But we have the first place, we're the first best university in our country, and we keep this position already for several years. This is one of the ranking systems, Webometrics, but according to other systems, we are also in first place in our country, but other positions are a little different. We provide our services into 4 languages, so Romanian, English, Russian, and French. So our official language is Romanian, and everyone must learn Romanian, including international students. But very important to know that if students join English medium of instruction, of communication, they will continue studying in English till the end. The only need for Romanian is communication with people, with doctors, and very important, communication with patients. Therefore, we insist and students have as part of curricula Romanian language for first 2 years. So by the end of the 2nd year, normally the students should speak fluently Romanian language. And actually, people who are coming from India, they have very good skills in learning languages, including Romanian language, which has very similar roots to English. So the pronunciation is different, but roots are quite similar. We have also Russian groups, French groups, but for you, probably you're interested in English medium of instruction. Now, we have several programs designed for local and international students. Mostly international students are coming for so-called integrated education. What means integrated education? Probably you know that is basic license degree followed by master degree. But we provide integrated, so is license plus master together. This is according to European system of medical education. So according to integrated undergraduate system, we have 3 main specialties. Is medicine, we're calling it medicine. In India, I know that it's called MBBS, the duration of study 6 years, as I announced before. Dentistry or stomatology, equivalent to BDS for 5 years. And pharmacy, B-Pharma for 5 years. I know Indians are not interested in pharmacy because in India it's short and you have many colleges there which are available for most of the people. So you could be interested in medicine and dentistry, basically. Each of the faculty has a very good experience in preparation of local and international students as well. Faculty of Medicine is the biggest one, and we have actually 2 faculties of medicine. Medicine number 1, which is designed for those students who are learning in Romanian, Russian, and French. Okay, we have few Russian and French groups. That's why they are going the same faculty as Romanian speaking people. And Faculty of Medicine number 2, the dean was here present. Unfortunately, he had to leave us, where the education is done in English medium. The curricula are exactly the same. The value of the diploma received after graduation is exactly the same. Only the language is different. We are trying, okay, I'm head of department of molecular biology as well, and we're trying to check permanently to ensure that we teach exactly in the same way students regardless their language of instruction. As I said already, we have one of the biggest simulation center with very or high fidelity mannequins, and also simulation or patients, not patients, but actors who simulate different conditions. And there are thousands of scenarios. And this simulation center is not only for students, but also for military, for police, and other connected fields. Dental faculty is very well equipped because it was necessary to match all the requirements according to American standards. As I said, we got accreditation in the US, and that's why after graduations, people who completed studies here in Moldova can go and practice directly in the US. Pharmacy is the youngest faculty, and probably the main treasure is our field for culturing medical plants, where students have some trainings basically we are looking for partners from India or from that area, because you have also very good experience in cultivating medical plants and their usage, because we want to extend this area as well. Maybe someone is interested in that. Now, after graduation, so people receive the higher diploma in medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy, according to the faculty. And for medicine, because I know most of you are interested in medicine, our graduates are eligible to enter the next evaluation. But there is only one important condition. Before coming to Moldova, the candidates should pass the NEET exam. So, as I know, recently, or in last Sunday probably, it was the NEET in India. We have a number of students who joined our university without NEET, but they don't have rights to come back to India. So they are planning to go somewhere in the third countries, in Germany, UK, US, and so on. But my recommendation is to get the NEET, because who knows, life is not easy. Maybe one day you want to go home and will not be eligible to work in India. That's why we insist NEET as a part of conditions to join our university. We know that in India and in your area, there is the custom is to ensure a very strict supervision of children by their parents. According to our system in Europe, if someone is minimum 18 years old, he is already personality, no one can share private information. That's why even if the company or the parents are asking us any kind of private information, like academic progress of the student or results or absences, we don't have rights to share this information. But we have an integrated management system, electronic system, which is called SIMU, and all the students received a username and password. And we insist and we recommend all the students to share this password to their parents. Sometimes students forget about that. That's why we're asking also companies to inform the parents about this possibility and to ask their kids to share these usernames and passwords. In such a way, the parents can see the academic progress of their kids. So here's just an example. Here are given all the subjects, here are given the grades. The highest grade is 10 according to our system. The passing grade is 5. You can see here is quite a good student in most of the subjects. Here are given absences. Also, you can see, because sometimes it happens that students are telling their parents that I'm attending all the classes, but actually it's not correct. And also information about attestations, if it's accepted or not accepted to enter the final exam. According to our system of education, every student has one main examination, which is done during a main examination session, and also 2 re-examinations if someone failed the main exam. These re-examinations are organized, it depends, or at the beginning of next semester, or for example, for spring summer session, it's in July, in the beginning of July, so it depends. And so if the student is unable to pass the exam after 3 examinations, in such a case, there are 2 options: or to repeat the academic year, or to be expelled out of the university. In order to keep students at our university, because we understand this is a financial loss, first of all, and this is psychological loss as well. We are looking for students who have a very strong background in PCB, physics, chemistry, biology, and most of our students actually is a precondition. We get students who have minimum 70% in physics, chemistry, biology, because those students who have a lower background they are under the risk to be expelled, and that is not fair in my opinion, because look, someone loses 1-2 years spends here in our country and finally goes back ashamed that he didn't or she didn't succeed. That's why we insist to make a pre-selections and to take only those students who have good background. So currently we have students from 42 countries and a lot of graduates, and the number of international students gradually is increasing, but we have our limits as well. So we cannot take much more, or more students than our capacity, because for us, the quality of education is very, very important. So I know that there are some universities which are looking for number. For us, the quality is much more important. Number is less important. Now, a few words, a little information about the Indian students. Already we have over 200 graduates, and another 100 is expected this year. So actually we started the training of Indian students 15 years ago, but for short time. It was a break for approximately 9 years, and we resumed that recently. And the number of Indian students is increasing constantly. Nowadays, we have over 1,200 Indian students from different states. Basically, most of them are from South India, from Kerala, from Tamil Nadu. Also, we have the students from Gulf countries, but mainly Indian nationalities. Students from India have their own medical student association, which is called Disha 2. And we have also 5 hostels designed for Indians. And as an answer for demands of the parents, Indian parents, we separate boys and girls in different hostels, and that is possible for more. Most of the students, yes, there is on a hostel where it's mixed, but boys and girls are staying on different floors. I guess both students who are present here can confirm that. And now, the structure of international students who are studying right now at our university. Probably 3-4 years ago, most of the students were from Israel. You know, in Israel, the demands is high, but also the level of doctors should be very high, because the medicine, I think, if it's not the best, it's one of the best in the world. And we successfully trained for 10 years students from Israel. What happened recently? So one of the preconditions there, it was that university should own its hospital. So as I said, we do not have our hospital. We have contracts with all the hospitals in the city. That's why right now we are working, we are trying to manage the situation, but we shifted from Israel to India because of several reasons. And one of them is that most of Indian students are highly motivated and they have good background. So I always saying, after visiting many countries, after checking the levels of high school graduates from different countries, I want to say that in India, the quality of high school is quite good comparative to other countries. I beg you, keep these standards high in future as well. That is so important, because most of the countries lost already this high school education at high standards. So number of graduates from India, you see that the number of graduates is increasing permanently. This year expected to graduate 142 students. So after passing the graduation exam, definitely, that's why this is expected. And number of Indian students per different years. You see that it's more or less constant for last 6 years. Actually, our capacity to accept the Indian students is about 200 to 250 students, Indian students. Because, as I said already, this is the maximum capacity of our hospitals and university. Now, we are trying to keep a permanent communication of our students with Indian community. First of all, local students, Indian students community is increasing permanently. But beside that, we organize permanently meetings with officials from India. Actually, there is no Indian embassy to Moldova. It's in neighbor countries in Romania. And permanently, the representatives of the embassy are visiting our university several times per year. Now we expect a delegation will join us in the graduation ceremony, and after graduation ceremony, someone will come there. This is our former rector, this is the current rector of our university, and many Indian students. Yeah, we're trying to establish good communication with Indian officials. Here is our meeting with the Chief Minister of Kerala. We visited several times before pandemics, and we are trying now to establish tight contacts, relationship with other states as well, but we'll be glad if it will be possible to arrange such communication with Gulf countries as well. He is a former Minister of Health of Kerala. She visited our university before pandemics, and she was granted as associated professor of our university. Even she had the possibility to so had several lectures in our university, basically related to fighting against different pandemics, and that was very useful and precious for us because it was before pandemics. So university is involved in all stages of students' life since students' arrival. So some people from our university, sometimes personally me, sometimes my colleagues are going there. If there is a group of more students, we arrange also free transportation of students from airport to the hostel. As I said, students have their own association, and every year they organize, they rent the biggest concert hall here in Chisinau, and for a full day, and even people from outside are coming to see because everything is so beautiful in these festivals, which normally are organized in June, July. We're trying also to ensure comfortable life here at the university. We tried to open several times Indian canteen run by the university, but right now there are some private Indian canteens and restaurants around the campus, and it is much more efficient that canteen run by the university because we don't have this experience to prepare Indian food. The students are involved in all sorts of activities, including sports activities. So what my message is, what I want to say, that international students, including Indian students, are part of our community. We do not discriminate, we do not differentiate students of different countries. So everyone has exactly the same rights as other students. Here we see different kinds of sport activities. So at the end of each year, we have an awarding gala before New Year. Here we see among students who got prizes, there are Indian students. By the way, let me introduce here to the right, this is the rector of the university, this tall man, the same person here. This is the Minister of Health, who, so you see, is participating also in all kinds of our activities here at the university. And also we encourage students to keep their traditions. Here is just one of them, but actually students have organized regularly different festivals, and they share their experience and their customs with our local people and students of other nationalities. You can see that some Indian students are participating in promotion of our academic programs, even here in Moldova. By the way, this guy is speaking very well Romanian language. Also, we are trying to involve our students in other activities. For example, here is graduation ceremony, and you can see in left upper corner, this girl is also an Indian. She was a presenter during graduation ceremony. To the right down, you can see some Indian students. And in right upper corner, you can see the rector of the university, the principal of the university, and the president of our country, who is also attending our ceremonies. And in left corner, you can see these four gentlemen are four deans of the faculty. Among them, you can see here in the middle the dean of faculty medicine #2, who was available here. And here there are some data about how we can reach university, but I suggest you to reach us through our agents, official agents abroad, because the bureaucracy is quite difficult. That's why they can intermediate, and it's much better for communication with the university. So that's all. If someone wants to join our university, we're welcome. And we'll be glad to see you as a part of our big family, which is called State University of Medicine and Pharmacy. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much. And I think our guest having some doubt. So I think they can ask their doubt, you will clear it. And before that, can you just close the PowerPoint, sir?
Sorry?
Can you please close the PowerPoint?
Yes, I'll close it.
Just 1 minute.
Okay, now it's okay?
Yeah. Okay, sir. Just 1 minute. Yeah, for your clarity, more clarity, sir was explaining everything for our parents and students. I can just simply give you a summary of what sir has explained. You can go through this international and institution higher education of. I'm not reading this. Is just for just a summary. I'm showing you whatever sir explained. Accreditation part. NMC and WHO approved, established, eligible to practice everywhere, anywhere in Europe, because it is one of the most important concern about the parents about whether the child can practice in Europe. Okay, and quality definitely, and largest medical university in the Europe, and syllabus, and that is the most important. I think you have noticed in sir's presentation, that is the syllabus which they follow is compatible to USMLE and PLAB. You know, the qualifying exam to UK and the qualifying exam to USA. This is the most important. When you select a medical university, I will tell you 2-3 things, whether it is approved, whether it has approval of the agencies. Second, whether the syllabus is acceptable. And third, whether the university and premises safe for our children. Okay, and all these are fulfilled by this university and focus, and it is one of the biggest university and government sector. Affiliation to all the agencies, like, you know, the important agencies are affiliated, and the students pass out from this university have the opportunity to UK, USA, Canada and all, and you know, 76 years experience. And languages, sir has told you, there are courses in English and Romanian, but the Indian children, after 1 or 2 years, definitely they will learn the language Romanian also, because to interact with the doctors and the patients and all, you know, Romanian is required, but the course will be done in English. And okay, and coaching for the next, it is also provided there, hostel facilities for the children separate for boys and girls. And sir has added one thing. There are Indian food available, Indian canteen available, and Indian food available outside the university. And it is not a must thing that you have to take food from that canteen, that mess outside the university is not compulsory. And you can go there and you can experience 1 month, and then you can decide whether you have to continue with the mess facility or you have to start your own cooking. Your own cooking. Yes, sir.
May I add something? So there are cooking facilities in each of the hostels.
Yes.
So students can cook by themselves.
And we don't have time to show that. I have a very nice video which shows the inside of the accommodation, the washrooms, the kitchens. I have, whoever is required, I will send you. But here it's too late. We don't have the time. That's why. And from my side, I can tell you what we are Vishwaguru offering. We are offering end-to-end service. If you have decided to take admission, just book the seat and provide your documents. We will finish everything. The only thing you have to provide a police clearance from your country where you belong. For example, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE or India. You have to provide the PCC that you have to take. The rest all we will do, and we will be escorting the children. In 1 week before, we will go and we will set everything there. And along with the children also, we will be traveling. And there we will do everything like your green card processing, bank account processing, and set hostel, everything, admission process, everything we will do, and we will go back. And one more thing, we are not providing the service at the beginning till the end. The beginning, sir has told you that if you want to visit Moldova, if you want to visit your child, the documents will be provided by the college, the university. Even that also we will help. From that means from the day you join with us till the course end, we will be with you. That is what I can assure. Now, I can just hear from 1 or 2 students. After that, you can post your queries. Sir will reply. Alan, can you?
Yeah. So
I suggest if someone has questions, just write in the chat because which will be much comfortable.
Pardon, sir?
I recommend to write the questions and they will be much more comfortable.
Okay. Yes, Alan.
yeah. So respected Dr. Nicolae sir and prominent GM of Vishwaguru Consultancy Agency, Mr. Biju sir. So my name is Alan Thomas and I'm studying in USMF College as a first year student here. So if my word should be taken as a lens, studying medicine is a dream for most of us as medical students. So when I look back at my decisions, I think I felt like yesterday when I had made the most important decision of my life to come here. So I felt it was like a dream come true for me. And that dream which carried forward was by the prominent agency, which is Vishwaguru Agency. And I had a lot of help concerning related to all the faculties and facilities from our GM of this Vishwaguru Agency, who is Biju sir. And this basic science experiment taught me that this journey of medicine, like it's more of hardworking and it's dedicated, compassionate, made me prepared for the next phase of this clinical medicine. So coming to the university phase, I had this recommendation from our GM, and I think I had a lot of issue like prominence concerning the studies. And also when I got a lot of informations about this, I was like really happy, and I was looking forward to join the university. And once I had been here, I had a lot of good experience from a lot of professors. Trust me, if you are here in this university, you will not be delayed on anything. You will be having that concerned help and required help from every professors you ask or you seek for. So I think this journey to save lives for as a doctors and teaching us the true meaning of life, we can learn each and everything from this space. And as an NRI or something which we are coming from other part of the country to Moldova, this will teach us in more informative ways. And I think for me, I've been here since 6 months, and I think we are learning to balance. And from my point of view, I learned to balance mostly the personal and professional life from whatever situation I faced. And these words I have been taking it from my professors, which I've met through our university. And trust me, it's it's like we learn to take care of ourselves, and most importantly the studies we look after, and we've got a lot of subjects to study, and most of them, you know, concerning to the studies, they think that we have included this part of thing in our life, thinking that all these are myths. We have certain school which is having a lots of study, and we have to enjoy our studying as joining medicine, and like we have to keep on studying in our whole life as a doctor, right? So I think we have to be really concerned about our studies, but as in we have to make sure that we like balance both our personal and professional life. And really coming to the hostels part, I think as Dr. Igor Chamothan sir had told, we always have a perfect influence on how we have to go forward. So I think making sure that hostels coming to our life, we have to be really hectic, and this like medical students don't have time for fun and adventure, most of them tell. But from my personal experience, I think when it's only study time, we have to only study, and cutting off all the distraction being a medical student. So hostel became our home away from home, and friends became family from that. So I think here the hostels and accommodations are too perfect, and as our Dr. Igor Chamothan sir told, that we've got a lot of facilities here in the hostel, as in it's not really necessary to go to a mess or join a mess or have food from outside. You know, you have certain qualities here and you can have cooking, but you have to cope up with your studies. Mainly you have to be here to make sure that you study properly, and you have to find some time to make sure that you get those little part of time to cook for yourself and go meet your daily needs. So I think for me, from my personal experience, we miss home, we miss food from our home, but that doesn't matter much. So this will make our life a little more strong. And personally for me, hostel life teaches us to live in a group and how to learn from each other, and I think how to communicate, and it makes our willpower strong, and we are living away from our family, and it will teach us to create a bond of respect and friendship and gratitude. So I think it's all about hostel, and I feel like Moldovan culture, everything are really good, and it relates to our culture as well. So I feel like, you know, I recommend all the students who are willing to study, or who wishes or passionate to study medicine, you can join our university, Nicolae Testemițanu of State University of Medical and Pharmacy. And yeah, that's all from my side, and yeah, all the best for the future.
Thank you. So, like Alan said, I would also like to tell all the students, those who wish to study properly, can join the USMF. Thank you. Alan, Judy is there?
I think
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Judy, can you? Just in one
Yeah,
second.
sure.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm also a student from USMF. I'm currently in my semester 2. So, just like Alan said, everything is very great here, including all the teachers and students. They are very helpful, and especially the teachers, they don't criticize or has any racism towards us. If they have any doubts or anything, they just clear it to us, no matter what, no matter how much time we consume. And the teaching language or accent, it doesn't matter, because it's very understandable. And also here we have cadaver, and it's also a real human body, not the dummy. And we also have a time slot from 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. that we can use to analyze the bones, like the real ones. And also the university has a great infrastructure and facilities. So everybody here, like including our colleagues and seniors, they are very helpful. And also the teachers, after lectures, they also provide us the PDFs, and that's it. So it's really great over here.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alan. And sir, now there are a few questions. Yes, can you check the message part, sir? Chat box. I hope
Yes, yes. So thank you. The first question was about fee discounts for siblings. Actually, any sorts of discounts or facilities are provided by government only for local students. For international students, currently we don't have. So could be some facilities for students of some countries where there are bilateral agreements between governments. For example, we have some agreements with Ukraine, we have such agreements with Romania, some other European countries, and students even may have some scholarships. But unfortunately, we don't have such agreements with India. Maybe in the close future will have, as recently it was open Moldavian embassy to New Delhi, and so the communication becomes more tight. If you have any sense of for PLAB or USMLE, actually, we have last year we started some courses for NEET exam, and the students can demand also so some extra information or extra classes for USMLE. But we do not have right now designed courses for PLAB or USMLE. But I know a lot of students, both local as well as international, who are who passed already USMLE. I don't have the exact data, how many of our alumni passed these tests, but I know for sure that many of them are working in these countries. So next one, restrictions of working. Actually, as Alan said, students must be focused on their education, especially in first, second year, when they need to change, to shift from high school to the university system of education, because it's quite difficult at the beginning. A new culture, new language, new food, parents are so far, nobody is preparing food, and nobody is taking care that you should go to the university. And we perfectly understand that, but there are no restrictions to work part-time. Foreigners who are coming for education are allowed to work up to 30 hours per week, so it's a lot. And many students are using this time, especially in the weekend, for extra activities. They can get some extra money because, you know, young people always need money. What else? After completing the program, yes, after completing the program, in order to work as full right doctor here in Moldova, it is necessary to go through residency. We have a number of Indians who are doing the internship, residency in different fields, so there are no restrictions. Moreover, we'll be very happy if some of graduates of residency will stay here in Moldova and work as doctors. We have several Indians who are working as doctors here in Moldova. One of them is very famous, is a dentist actually. He graduated from New Delhi University, did his residency here in Moldova. After that, he defends his PhD, and now he has one of the most beautiful dental clinic here in Chisinau, and he's very, very appreciated. His wife, by the way, is Moldavian. Actually, we have several examples of mixed families. Some of them are staying here in Moldova. Some of them are going back to India or settle in any other countries, mostly in Romania, because they know Romanian language. There was a question if graduates can work somewhere in Europe. Yes, but the main issue is the language. If someone goes to Germany, first they need to pass the language, which is very important, and should be minimum B2, as I know, to practice. The juniors through your agency. This is not for me a question, it's probably for agency the question, which are benefits that child will be enrolled through your company.
Yeah, there is another important question that whether the student has to clear the NEET. Yeah, definitely they have to ask. The Eager sir told you the presentation. We have to clear the NEET. NEET clearing in the sense, no need big mark, but you have to clear the cutoff mark. Last time it was around 137 was the cutoff mark. So that you have to clear. That is one thing. And second thing, sibling that sir already replied to you. Then when the student will start the clinical practice, including lab with the human body, please explain that. I think sir has explained.
Yes, yes, yes. Also, there was someone, all the students also said that they have these cadavers and they can practice there. Also, in first year right now, they are studying bones and they have time to work on these bones in the anatomy labs. Can you provide information about success rate? This year, I don't want to say wrong data, but among all the students who enter next exam, all the girls passed and a couple of boys didn't. So means the rate is quite high. I know the passing rate in Israel because we are now negotiating and we trying very close to understand what is happening there. So it was 75% passing the screening test in Israel, which is quite high. The very famous universities from Europe had about 30-40%. So means we are working in order to make our students not only to learn something by heart, but to understand and be able for analysis, for making conclusions, to take decisions and so on. That is very important for medical education.
Okay, and one more thing regarding the PLAB and USMLE, sir has explained to you the most important thing, most important advantage, the syllabus itself is compatible to PLAB and USMLE. That is a great thing. Okay, then if there is anything else, you can. Sir, 1 minute. If they have any other doubt, let them clear.
So now is another question about when the students will start their clinical practice, including labs and human body and so on.
Yeah.
And if you are teaching, as I understood, there are some teachers here. There are two systems of medical education, so-called H system of education and N system of education. So H means there are 3 years of pure preclinical subjects, followed by 3 years of pure clinical subjects. This is a little outdated system of medical education. Now, especially European countries and including here in Moldova, we have N system, means in first, second year, we gradually add more and more and more clinical subjects. So even in first year, students have medical emergency and maybe students can help me. There are 2 subjects related to clinics. Moreover, second year will be more clinical subjects and so on. They're slowly shifting from preclinical to clinical education. And very important that all clinical departments are based in hospitals. This is one. And the second, the students have access to human bodies. That is very nice. And also they have facilities in hospitals.
Actually, why these parents are asking, you know, in most of the universities abroad, even the 4th year, 5th year, students don't see any patient or any cadaver, real cadaver. That is why the parents are asking. Okay.
Yes, I understand. And moreover, during the summer vacation, actually for medical students, it's not a real vacation. We are calling it summer semester. So during the summer semester, students have some internships or observships, depending on year of education. They are free to choose to stay in Moldova in our local hospitals or to travel back to their home countries. Actually, we advise students to go home because it's better to understand how the medical system is working from inside the home country, because the protocols are quite different. Medical devices are quite different. Maybe drugs which are used are quite different. That's why the basic education is the same everywhere in all the countries, but details are different. That's why we advise students to go home. But they are free to choose Moldova because many students remain for summer time here in Moldova because they are so less expenses because traveling in out it's quite expensive for some families. And assistance providing. FMG, as I said, last year we started already so preparation, and it's invited specialists from India. Some of the courses were done online because of the risks of pandemics and so on, but also they are done offline here in Moldova. Moreover, we just negotiated to extend this for next year, and mostly these courses will be organized during vacations. So we have several vacations. One is a Christmas vacation, another one is Easter vacation, and also summer. For summer, it's more difficult because many students are traveling home. But during these two vacations, the courses could be arranged. The university is providing the space, so rooms, facilities, infrastructure, and they're preparing according to the books. Even I have some of these books here because they left in my office, but they're somewhere in my shelves. Okay, will be listening exam in English. Yes, all the exams are in English. Would you please help me with the pass out rate of I said already, we'll have students teacher ratio. So it depends on academic year, but normally according to the standards of the World Federation of Medical Education should be approximately 5 to 1. So 5 students for 1 teacher. But it depends on the subject, because in clinical subjects you have more teachers. Why? Because, as I said, everything is located in hospitals, and many doctors, professionals who are working in hospitals, they're involved in teaching activities as well, and that is very, very important. And that's it. And that's it. If you have any other questions.
Yeah, I think some questions have come to you directly. I cannot see, that's why. Okay, if there is any other question you can ask, or let's move to word of thanks. Yes, sir, sir, please unmute.
I forget to mention that our university is governmental university. It's not a private one. This is very important.
Yeah, that is what also we are also highlighting. I was thinking why sir forgot to mention that. Yes, sir, Vincent, sir, you can unmute and talk, sir. You are muted.
Me?
No, sir. Yeah.
Can I start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So as we understand that there are different consultancies, education consultancies are there. So as a parent, what are the benefits which we are going to get if we are going to register my child through your agencies for the medical study in Moldova? Because as you understand that part of the world, there are many education consultancies.
Okay, that question's for me only, sir. Okay. So, sir, I think I have already explained to you. Sir, we are providing end-to-end service. When you join with us from that moment till your child complete the course, we will be assisting you. One example I will tell you. So after you joined, after 6 months, 1 month, 2 years, whatever it is, you just wanted to meet your child in the university, or you have to go there. So you have to arrange the visa. So anyway, directly you can contact the university and will get, but we will help you. We will help you. Or any academic related issue is there, the child facing in the university, we will definitely helping you. That is what I told you. Not the moment, the first, when you take the admission, we are helping. No, after that, no support is provided. Not like that. We will be there till the children go through our consultancy till he come out with the colorful result. We will be with them.
Yeah. So what I understand, for each student, you are doing it case by cases.
Yes,
not
sir,
like
yes.
other agencies which they are doing in a collective batch. For each student, you are giving special attention.
No, sir. No, that is what I told you. Even if you take the children to Moldova, we will go in advance there. We will set everything. After that only, we will bring the children there and even after that 1 or 2 weeks we'll be there and we will arrange everything and go back.
Okay, okay, it's clear. Okay, thank you.
Any other?
Let me explain. So we do not accept a single company for country. So all the companies which meet our requirements may sign an agreement with our university, and they're accepted to bring students. The competition is the most important in our case. So quality of students, number of students, and services which are provided. So the company should take care for all the steps and the stages of bringing students to our university. This is one. And second, normally we sign agreements for 1 year only. And if the company proves that is interested to extend, to continue activity at our university, we extend the agreement as well. Be careful, because there are many fake companies which are advertising that they bring students to Moldova, especially that happens in Kerala, because you saw we met people, top level people from Kerala, and our university is known in that area. But as soon as so the parents go there, so they convince them not go to Moldova, go to some another country. So we now are going to update the list of our official agents on our website, which can check those agencies which will be listed on our website. It means we have agreements.
Okay.
And I see, yeah, you want to say
Any
something?
other?
Yes, I see other hospitals and college in the same campus. Actually, as I said, we do not have a university hospital. We have contracts with all the hospitals in Chisinau. Actually, near campus where students are staying, there is the biggest hospital, which is called Republican Hospital, and there are most of the departments located. But nearby is also in a walking distance oncological hospital, is also cardiological hospital, and if you travel a lot, but the distance are not so, spend 10-15 minutes by bus, so the cost of one so the travel is 6 lei. 6 lei means about 30 cents, so it's quite cheap, and students really can move from part to part, to site to site. Is there any political tensions about Ukraine and Russia, or will be affected? But as I said, by now everything is calm in our area, in our country. People feel safe. So for us, it's very important that even when the war started, no embassy left Moldova. So all the embassies are in place. So it means it's safe in our country. That's why we do not expect now any complications because of the war in Ukraine.
Okay. So if there is no any other doubt, can you wind up? Okay. So thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Kavya, let's have a word of thanks and wind up.
So, hi, everyone. I would like to express my genuine gratitude and appreciations to Mr. Igor Samotan and Marcia Betu for spending your valuable time with us, sir. It was such an engaging and informative presentation. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to thank our GM, Mr. Biju Parapuram, for arranging such a fruitful presentation. Thank you so much, sir. Now, at last, but not the least, I would like to thank each and every parent and student who joined for this webinar. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you have any further queries or any further doubts regarding your admissions for MBBS in USMF Moldova, please feel free to revert back to us. We will help you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
And Kavya, she is our admission coordinator. Kavya, a big thanks to you organizing everything.